Tired of spending hours prepping for your next game session? Well, the Oracle RPG app by Nord Games is here to change that. This app is designed to take the hassle out of game mastering, letting you jump straight into an adventure filled with the same passion, inspiration, and creativity of your home games. Instantly generate stories, characters, and monsters in an app that manages your campaigns effortlessly and keeps all of your game tools in one place. This all-in-one app will help you instantly prep side quests, make interesting NPCs, and so much more. Plus, it all works on iOS, Android, Steam, and the web, so you can prep and play anywhere. With Oracle RPG, you could save time and get back to gaming with more inspiration at your fingertips than ever before. Head to the Oracle RPG Kickstarter page and back their project, and get ready for less prep and more play with the Oracle RPG app. The ominous music that is playing in the elevator is going to fade in as we join you guys as you are taking the elevator from the astral plane to the material plane right now. You are listening to the metallic tin of the elevator music as it is playing muffled over the speakers. What are each of you doing in preparation for this fight?
I am actually using my soul of nurturing right now to create 10 good berries, and I'm gonna pass them out among you, so you'll each get 3, I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna take 1. And if you take this good berry, then you have a +2 to AC for the next round. So it only lasts for 1 round. But Kate says that it's gonna be a bonus action to take another one. So if you want to use your bonus action to take another on any given round, it'll boost it up to AC. So yeah, I'm gonna give.
So we can eat 3 and get
+6.
We could eat
if we had
only
enough
2.
action.
Yeah, so you'll take 1 and you have the +2 AC only for 1 round. So then the next round, if you want to take another one, and,
Okay.
you know, or yeah, it's up to you. But so you'll each have 3 of those.
I eat 1.
I eat another one as my action. And then I cast shields on myself as a reaction.
Good luck, Cade.
The person targeting you turns and attacks the person.
Javi's gonna start tinkering on his suit and see if he can repair the damage that it sustained.
Yes, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
26?
Yes, absolutely. So your armor class will go up by 2 as you're able to make the fixes to your armor.
Okay, and then Javi will say to the rest of the group, "Come on over, line up!
Yeah, and with a 26, easily enough, I say that you're able to fix up everyone's armor except for Talroth's because his was not damaged.
Javi still doesn't trust him fully, so he's gonna sabotage. He's gonna start cutting stuff on the back, so cutting links in the chain.
The brakes. Oh no, the brakes in my armor.
Swinging weapon.
I can't stop.
Yes. My AC's thick now.
Yes.
2 C's.
Yes. So your AC increases.
Zelbrath is just in some deep contemplation.
Absolutely.
Thinking.
What you want to share what Zelbrath's thinking about or no?
If you listen to the last episode, you probably have a pretty good idea. But yes, just debating on whether or not to participate in the fight or try to strike a deal with the Pinkertons to move on with Delry and Chap.
There's a whole life ahead of us.
Absolutely. And as you say that, Talroth, the elevator doors will ding and will open as you see in front of you a familiar sight, a cliff that we encountered in episode 3 or 4. A cliff.
Where's my bag of holding?
A cliff that we encountered in episode 3 or 4 of Dead Season, where you all climbed down to varying successes and
No, all successes.
all successes. Technically you did all get down the
All
cliff,
of us
so
got
that's
down.
success
It
in
doesn't
summary.
matter.
That was the goal.
That was everything
was ancillary.
Just expended resources. HP.
I used HP. Other people just rolled for it.
Exactly. But you see this cliff, and you remember over this cliff was the glyph of the Firbolg people that said, give 1,000 for nothing. What would you like to do?
Can we look around? Do we see any traces of
Roll me a perception
Hugh
check.
the Pinkertons? Or
Yeah, roll me perception.
17.
You hear a massive amount of war drums and chants over the cliff.
Okay, Javi was gonna head over to
Top of
take
the
a
cliff,
look.
right?
Yeah, you're on top of the cliff.
Okay. Right, Javi would go over to look.
Yes. Okay. So as you look down over the cliff, you see this gigantic glyph in the center of a grouping of trees. You look over this ridge and you see a crowd of falsely departed members in their hazmat suits, and at the center of this Firbolg glyph you see Hugh Pinkerton. His face torn down the middle, one side being completely skeletal, the other side being a little bit like Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. He's got a huge long beard and a big mustache going out from one side. He has some goggles that are covering both of his eyes, even though one of them is skeletal. And above his head, the last quarter of his head seems to be encapsulated with a large jar, similar to the jar that you saw underneath the water in the phylactery factory that said Soul of Talroth. But inside of this jar, you see a human brain floating in some liquid. This man is hanging on by some necrotic energy, it looks like. And the falsely departed are chanting and hitting on these war drums with their drumsticks. Hugh Pinkerton is giving a speech. Would you like to listen in? Or would you like to do something else?
Yeah, really quick though. How far away roughly are we from them? So we're looking down from a cliff.
So it's 50 feet down from this cliff, and then I believe it's about 30.
Chuck a rock.
I was gonna say, can I just
the jar?
I want to wait till he's mid-sentence in a speech, and I just want to.
So the cliff is about 50 feet down, and he is about 50 feet away from the cliff's base.
Javi would like to
Make a
listen.
30-yard throw. Or what? No, 20-yard throw? That's 30 feet is nothing.
Ready.
I'm just looking to see if there's a good place to start scaling the cliff down.
Yeah.
So that we can get to the rune.
And a nature check?
Nature, which minus... Oh, I technically still have soul splitting, right?
Yep.
So that's another -1. So 16.
16. All right. Yes, you are able to find some footholds and handholds on the cliff face that would allow you to scale the wall.
Okay, and I'll just kind of point it out to the party as he's speaking.
As he's continuing.
My most devoted children, tonight, the veil between the living and the eternal shall be torn asunder. You have toiled, sacrificed, and bled for my name, but now the time has come to reap the rewards of your faith. For too long the world has feared the name Pinkerton, casting us into shadows and whispers, but no longer.
And I assume that during this you guys are probably scaling the wall down, maybe?
I kind of want to do something a little chaotic, though.
I mean, I'm done with it.
I wonder if I were to cast Enlarge on myself, do you think it would be possible for Javi to powered steps, run, and jump and DK crash on Hugh from that far away?
With a successful athletics check, I would allow that.
Okay. So whenever the time is right, I'm going to do that.
Sounds
you
good.
finish your speech.
We'll be scaling.
Javi's going to hang back for a second.
Kai, what's your plan?
I think scaling. Yeah.
Okay, so three of you start scaling down the wall as he continues his speech, and Javi, you back
And
up
Javi will say,
for a full...
I'll be there when the time is right.
And I won't be.
My beloved sister, Lady Pinkerton, was stolen from me by the fickle hands of fate. But no force, mortal or divine, will defy my will. With your devotion, your belief, and your undying service, I shall return her to this world. Not as some frail mortal, but as an undying queen beside me, a queen of rot, of eternity, of dominion. The gods grow weak, while we will grow strong. With her by my side, we shall cast down those who once claimed dominion over life and death itself. He raises his arms. A dark energy starts to crackle from his fingertips and illuminate a massive rune beneath them, the Firbolg rune that he's standing atop. And the air will thicken with something unseen, an expectation, hunger, and yet... His voice shifts softer, almost regretful. It is a tragic truth, my dearest flock, that the greatest gifts demand the greatest sacrifice. You have given me your faith, but tonight you shall give me your souls. And a sickening, radiant pulse a sickening pulse will radiate from the rune below, and it will twist the air into a vortex of shadow. The markings of the Feywild will shimmer for a moment before the dark tendrils from Hugh Pinkerton will lash forward, grasping onto assembled cultists and pulling them into the rune below. You see, I do not seek to simply return my sister. I seek to ascend, to tear the name Eldath from history, to claim this domain, his power and divinity, and for that I require more than just faith. I require your eternity, one bound in servitude, with your souls forever entwined in my becoming. And he will extend his skeletal fingers, and the ritual will ignite, and an agonizing wail will fill the chamber as the souls of the cultists are ripped from their bodies, swirling into a massive sphere of necrotic power hovering above him. But, Javi, go ahead and roll me an athletics check to see if during this, if you can cannonball into
This
Hugh
is what I
Pinkerton.
would like to do, flavor-wise. Okay?
Okay.
Javi's going to back up. He's going to pop Finn out of his shoulder piece, and he's going to say, Finn, let this one play out this time, okay? And I want to cast Enlarge on myself, flavor it like Javi's letting the Ichor take over, and almost like he's growing into like a partial Javi monster.
Oh, yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
As you're
Javi is now the Hulk and Iron Man.
The Iron Hulk.
Okay, so he'll like grow into like kind of his like just like larger Icarus crazed form, and then he'll run full speed, jump, and try to cannonball on top of his head.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an athletics
Do
check.
you yell cannonball?
No, just surprise, yell surprise. I got 12.
You run and cannonball off of this huge cliff saying, "Surprise!" And as you yell, "Surprise!" you hear his speech continue, "Do not weep, my faithful, for this is what you are meant for."
Wait. Can I give myself Flash of Genius?
You can give yourself Flash of Genius.
I'll do it. That gets me to 15.
Do not weep, my faithful. This is what you are meant for. Your deaths shall be the foundation of my godhood, and your suffering, the ink with which I write a new destiny. The world shall tremble before the god Hugh Pinkerton, and the ground will begin to crack around him as go ahead and roll me 5d6, Javi.
Man, I did it to myself. 18.
And roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Hey. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So, with a dirty 20, you are going to pass. So you will only take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as your suit will kind of take part of the fall. And as you hit down into, unfortunately, before you are able to get there, you make it there. But before you're able to make it there, a bunch of his faithful cultist souls of the falsely departed will encircle him in this black just soul.
Like, I'm thinking of like the Harry Potter, like episode 5, like the black mist.
Yes,
that they turn into. You know?
So
Okay.
like a mist of spherical smoke.
Death Eaters.
Yes, Death
everywhere.
Eaters will enwrap around Hugh Pinkerton, and you will hit against this sphere, and you will cause 9 points of damage as you take the other 9 of the 18 to this sphere. And as this sphere forms, everyone go ahead and roll me initiative.
It's exactly how I planned. 9.
8.
5.
19. Let's go.
So you see this huge, swirling, Death Eater-esque sphere around Hugh Pinkerton, and everyone make me an Arcana check, except for Javi as you were cannonballing.
Are you joking?
Busy jumping through the air.
Look at what I rolled.
Natural 20.
Oh, you can take a point of inspiration.
No.
No.
Don't want it. I already burned one.
An 8?
Was I doing it too?
19.
I'm rolling hot right now. I'm gonna get out of here so bad.
18? All right, Zell and Chai, as you were sneaking up with Talroth to kind of where the falsely departed were, you managed to catch a glimpse of Hugh Pinkerton, who is wielding 2 things. He is wielding the Staff of Power
Come forward and break it on your knee. Sorry.
Honestly, I am terrible today.
That might kind of be the plan.
Yeah.
Which can be taken away from him, as well as the Ring of Protection, which can also be taken away from him. Thus, you notice that if you were to take away these things, not only would it harm his bonuses to attacks and his bonuses to AC, but also give you bonuses to attack and bonuses to AC. So,
What kind of check will it be to try to take them from him?
it will be a grapple check.
Which is a strength.
Strength. Athletics versus athletics.
Okay.
And then, Chai, we're going to do a little round robin environmental check at the top of each round.
Oh, yay.
Roll me a d4.
Yeah, which one's bad? 4 or 1?
1 is the bad roll.
I got a 4.
All right. 4. You will see out from the mist that Javi has just cannonballed off of. Hugh Pinkerton's finger will point out towards one of your party members, and he will be so stunned by the shockwave of Javi's suit on the soul sphere that his magic will simmer in his hands. Everyone go ahead and heal 1 hit point as the magic will splash out from Hugh Pinkerton's finger. And with that,
I should have
we're
fallen
going to
farther.
go over to Zell. Your turn. You see this massive circle of souls encapsulating Captain Pinkerton. It's been dealt 9 damage, but it seems that it needs to be penetrated before Hugh Pinkerton can be attacked further. Zell, you're up. You see as Hugh's hand will peek out of the soul sphere, and all of the bodies of the falsely departed are littering this clearing as they have all had their souls sucked out of them.
For my first turn, what I want to do is, because I'm imagining Javi like smashing into the smoke mist of the falsely departed, and then like falling down. I want to try to run and like brace his fall, giving him advantage for his next move.
Okay, absolutely. So you'll give the help action.
Yes. Yeah. And then for my action, I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Absolutely. You're going to dodge out of the way as these souls are absolutely just firing off in every direction. And with that, Hugh, you are up.
Kid's talking to himself again.
So
You are up.
Yeah. So these wailing souls of the cultists are being drawn more and more into his form, and he appears pretty untouchable at the moment. And he will speak as if the fight is already won, and he will say, "Welcome, Zell. I sense worry in your heart. I fear that you are wanting out."
Possibly.
Possibly. And what do I have to do and assist to make sure our contract stays on the up and up?
Perhaps it could no longer be our contract.
Would you like to cancel our contract?
Yes. In exchange for allowing you for not being a thorn in your side anymore.
Absolutely. Would you care to move on?
I believe so.
My gosh, dude, what is this
All right,
happening right
and
now?
he is going to use his action to the finger. The finger that was just stunted will become kind of like a quiet coyote hand, and then he will all at once open his hand, and a portal will appear in front of you of a demiplane, and you see at the end of the demiplane of this small demiplane room is a contract that has the X that you sign your name with.
I'll start slowly walking over there, very apologetically, like a little bit ashamed, like head like hunched over, and I'll be, "Good luck. I'm sorry." And I'll start walking into the demiplane.
And as Zell walks through the demiplane portal, the portal will close behind him. And with that, that's the end of Hugh's turn.
You didn't even go blind this time.
And with that, it is going to be Javi's turn. You are up, Javi. You watch as Zell disappears, and you see that Hugh Pinkerton is encapsulated in these souls. What would you like to do?
Javi will take 2 Thunder Gauntlet attacks on the sphere.
On the sphere. Okay, go ahead and roll it.
26 to hit
Battle hit.
and 21 to hit.
Battle hit.
20 points of damage total.
Pretty good. With 20 points of damage, the souls that are surrounding Hugh Pinkerton will dissipate.
Disperse a bit.
Yes, disperse. And you have now broken the sphere that is encapsulating Hugh Pinkerton. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yes. And then Javi will activate his soul goggles, which I have not yet.
Ooh, nice.
So create an aura of crystalline energy that projects from both of his gauntlets. So, and then he'll prepare to attack.
Absolutely. Okay. And with that, Hugh Pinkerton's going to take a legendary action. Javi, as you disperse this soul sphere around Hugh, he's going to point out at you 20 to hit.
So I can parry. Meets beats.
Okay. A 26 to hit and a natural 1, which will not hit. So you will take...
With the soul goggles, do I get the +2 the first round because they give me a +2 to AC to parry.
Nice.
Does that work the first round
Yeah.
Okay, so my AC would be 22.
Okay. Absolutely.
So one hit.
Only 1 hits. Okay, so 8. You will take 8 points of fire damage as one of these scorching rays is going to hit into you. And with that is the end of Hugh Pinkerton's legendary action.
It wasn't so legendary.
Yeah, so legendary. And with that, Chai, you are up.
Okay, I'm between debuffing and damage. No, actually, mostly because I have terrible athletics, so I feel like that's the priority, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm going to try to cast slow.
Okay.
On Hugh.
What save does he have to make?
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. If it worked, it'd be cool.
It'd be pretty cool if it did. We should have casted it on Zell before he abandoned us.
I thought about it.
That's the one.
If he was still walking at this time, I was gonna do both.
That is a 23 to pass.
Wow. That does save.
Unfortunately, you see that his staff of power
seems
to be giving him a lot of buff to his saves
I wasn't
right
sure what effect that would have, so good to know.
As well as he has advantage on magical effects focused against him.
Would like to use my bonus action to cast or to use Hidden Step.
And turn invisible?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so you turn invisible, and with that, he's going to use another legendary action. So fun, so fun. Javi, go ahead and roll me a d4.
2.
2.
You don't live in the bottom half.
A 60-foot radius sphere is going to start to mist out of the rune that Hugh Pinkerton is standing atop of, and it will fill the clearing that you guys are in and obscure vision. The area will become lightly obscured for the duration, and creatures within the fog will suffer disadvantage on any ranged attack or spell. Zell, you stand in front of a contract in a white room. All the walls are painted white. There's a pretty painting of a flower pot on one of the walls. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Welcome to my living room. You seek the contract that has your signature at the bottom of it. What would you like to do?
Wow. Well, surrounded by what feels to be an unreal sense of peace, and almost like I have lots of time, knowing in the back of my head that I don't. Zell's gonna walk up to the contract, remember signing it, and that the whole goal of it was to bring Delry back alive. But now that Delry's moved on, that goal just doesn't really make sense anymore. Zell's gonna reach out to rip up the contract, but right before he does, I'm imagining the wisp kind of flies in front of him, so he pulls his hand back, and it just causes him to think for a little bit, kind of paralyzed with the ridiculous weight of the decision. He's not going to do anything this turn.
Okay. And would you like to call upon the Wisp's power to teleport back, or would you like to stay in the room?
Nah, Zelbrath is still thinking
Contemplating,
about almost leaning towards ripping the contract, almost just giving him a second to just feel the weight of the decision.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to head back to Hugh Pinkerton's turn. Javi, as Hugh stands in front of you, and you are the only person that he can see because of this astral fog that has now surrounded all of you, he's going to reach out and say, Javi, my employee of the month.
Every month.
And he's going to attack you with paralyzing touch. That is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
You get a +3 to this.
+3 from you. You're looking everywhere. I have advantage on strength checks. And strength saving throws. No, it's not going to help me. 12.
A 12. You will take 10 points of cold damage.
I can handle it.
And you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending your effect on a success.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Does he seem to be concentrating on it?
He does seem to be concentrating on it.
Sorry, I just want to.
You're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are paralyzed, and with that, that is the end of Hugh's turn. Javi, you are up.
Let's make a roll.
You gotta make a roll.
All right, con save.
Con save.
Let's do it.
Wait.
I can't do anything else on my turn, can I? Paralyzed? So
I don't think so.
can I use a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay. As he hits me with that spell, I would like to use my radiant weapon as a reaction. As a reaction, immediately after being hit by an attack, I can expend a charge and cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of their next turn.
Absolutely.
So, as he hits and Javi's paralyzed, there'll also be just like a flash of light from his goggles right in Hugh's face.
Yeah, and Hugh cannot see.
The flash
Yes,
from his camera.
the flash from the camera from your suit, and you're still enlarged, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm still in Hulk mode.
So he's blinded?
Yes, Hugh will be
He
blinded
was
for the
blinded.
round until
and
the end
then
of his
a
turn.
19 on the con save.
19 will pass, so you are able to take this blinding picture of radiant light, and then the embarrassment on Hugh's face as he cringes at the light will
terrible picture!
it will
You look like crap!
it will re-embolster you, and you are now unparalyzed from his touch.
I hate
And with that, Chai, you are up.
Okay, I am going to cast Healing Word on Javi. And I'm going to say, don't let him pick on you. I don't know what you did wrong, but you're doing great. Because you're being picked on and it's rude.
I wish you would say that out loud.
Towards Hugh, though. Being picked on and it's rude. I also lose the accent just for a second. No, I'm actually mockingly doing like an American English accent.
I was
That
always
is
last to be
American
picked on the playground.
That's 9 points of healing. Nice. Use Hidden Step again as a bonus action.
Absolutely. And become invisible again. He cannot see you. And with that, Chai, after your turn, Hugh is going to take a legendary action. He is blinded. However, as the illusion has cracked and he feels your guys' power start to invade his space, his voice will grow wild and his body will pulse with this raw necrotic power as his eyes will glaze over with this blindness. And his hands are going to begin, he's going to drop to the prone position, and he's going to start digging into the rune on the ground, shattering stone and starting to reveal glimpses of light from the portal that leads to Eldath's final resting place. And that's his legendary action. Talroth, you are up.
I'm just going to grab my flail and run forward, and I'm going to first use, as a bonus action, cast Branding Smite. I'll take 6 points of damage. And I am going to then make an attack on him.
And you will have advantage as he is both prone and blinded.
And since Cade knows this, but the audience doesn't, I took Elven Accuracy for my feat for level 8, so I get 3 d20 rolls here.
You're doing a range spell though, because there's that.
No.
I'm running up with my flail.
Oh, that's
Not great, but 18 to hit.
I hope that is.
An 18 does not hit.
Dang it. Okay, I'll go for my second attack.
Absolutely. And you will have advantage again.
Yeah. Okay, we'll at least get a guaranteed hit. I shouldn't say guaranteed, but 23 to hit.
A 23 absolutely will hit.
Okay, so I'm going to use another first level spell now.
Okay.
To do a regular smite. So, and is he undead? Because I believe my smite does an additional.
He is undead.
Okay, so just for the flail, he'll take 4 or 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and then he is hit with branding smite. So for the next minute, he is glowing with radiance, and he sheds 5 feet of dim light just around him, and he's unable to turn invisible. Yeah, so just easier to see within the fog, essentially. And then it lasts for up to a minute, and then it also does 2d6 more radiant damage. I'm sorry. So 7 points of radiant damage from that. And then for my divine smite, I get an additional 16 points of radiant damage.
So you deal 29 points of damage as you hit, and he starts to glow, which you have great timing, my friend.
Yes, I was
I
worried.
don't know why yet, but you have really good timing. And with that is end of the environmental round. Zell, we're going to join you again. You are standing in front of this contract, watching as Talroth's wisp is circling around your head, and you are in this room with this contract. What are you doing?
Zelbrath is going to be kind of just monologuing to himself a little bit, just like, it doesn't feel right, but it's not like I could really help anyways. He owns my soul. What if he just rips out my soul like he did with the other ones? Or also, what if he dies? Like, do I get my soul back, or is that just his after? Or like is there a contingency plan in that to keep me from killing him? I feel like he would include something like that, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about how many barriers there are in the way and all the risks of going back. And Zelbrath is going to start to tear the contract, but then stop.
Yeah, so you tear at
Like
part of a corner,
just a
get a
tiny
quarter of an
inch.
inch. Yeah.
Stop. His eyes are going to light up with an idea.
Okay.
And he's going to start reading the contract.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
He is going to check for what happens if Hugh dies. Did he include a plan for what happens with the soul and how can it be overcome? I'm going to get a 13 for my first attempt to try to read what happens if Hugh dies.
With a 13, you see through a lot of the corporate jargon of this contract, and at the bottom of it, it seems that there is a clause that if Hugh was to die, that you would be released from your contract. However, with a 13, you also are able to recall that Hugh seems to be a lich in his current state. He has a phylactery that would also need to be destroyed in order for this contract to be null and void, of which you don't know what it is. So,
Potentially the brain in the glass that we saw.
potentially the brain in the glass that you saw. It is going to be Hugh Pinkerton's turn, and he is blinded until the end of his turn, correct?
Yes.
And he's joined by a reflection of himself that has come out. Haha! I can see the confusion that appears across your faces. You cannot tell which one is which, as the voices echo off of each other. But one is very obviously Hugh Pinkerton, and
He's blind. He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know that he's glowing. Behold my power.
and he's just blinded. He can't do anything.
Power of illusion.
Oh, lucky guess. Ow, lucky guess.
He's going to haphazardly cast Fireball into the center of this rune.
To our save.
It feels like a very blind wizard move.
Yeah.
Okay, what save is it? Dex?
Everybody in a 20-foot radius sphere, so that's
With a
within
plus
40
3.
feet from the center of the thing, must make a dex save.
Oh, that even includes me.
Oh. 6.
17.
17, all right.
Dude, that would be a sick
like
feat.
two
Just get one
legendary
single
resistance.
legendary
That would be
resistance daily. That doesn't seem too OP. Oh.
A 17 meets beats. You are only going to take 14 points of fire damage, as the rest of you will take 29 points of fire damage.
We take half because of my aura. We take half damage.
Yeah.
So it would be just the same.
Would Chai also be quartered?
I only have 10 feet
Oh,
of range.
shoot. Okay. So everyone except for Zell, who is not here, will
Who is
take
dead.
14 points of fire damage as Talroth, you're able to absorb the energy from this fireball. The light that is streaming from the cracking glyph in the center of the glyph is going to, where Hugh is digging, is going to streamline to just one of the Hues. Again, furthering which one is the real one and which one is the fake one. Wow, so good. And as that happens, the Feywild battlefield is going to flicker between the material plane and the Feywild, causing all movement for this rest of the round to be halved, as you are having a hard time telling what is real and what is not around you. Everyone make me a wisdom save, except for Zell.
Please, saves are not
16.
going well. 9.
9.
11.
11. Javi, you will unfortunately take 1 level of soul splitting, which will just give you a -1 to your
Did you add your
d20
+3?
checks. Did you add your +3?
That'll still put me at 12.
That's
A
enough.
12 will pass. You will not take a level of soul splitting, as
Nice.
you are able to ground
Good catch.
yourself
Yeah.
in the memory of this being the material plane and not the Feywild. And with that, you see that Hugh is charging up with this radiant light, a blast, a Kamehameha, as he is charging up this ball of light that he is appearing to, like, going to spirit bomb the glyph and try to break it open. And that is the end of Hugh's turn. Javi, you are up.
Okay, Javi, I should be able to get up right next to him.
Absolutely.
Will run up, still in like enlarged Iker form. Run, and grab the staff out of his hands.
Yeah, and he is just recently not blinded, so this is going to go great for him.
So you said athletics?
Athletics, which he's going to make with disadvantage because he's just not blinded. It's a 10.
Do I get a +3 to this one? Javi will give himself a flash of genius.
13. You were able to rip
He remembers, wait,
the staff.
I'm very strong. I wasn't strong, but I am strong.
And you're able to
Big Javi.
You're able to rip this staff of power from Hugh Pinkerton, decreasing his AC to 17 and making
Does that
his
increase my AC?
It sure does.
Oh, 22.
Nice.
With my goggles, 24.
And your spell save will also go up by 2.
Oh, right.
That's pretty handy.
Is that the end of your turn, Javi?
And then as a bonus action, Javi will again summon that aura from the soul goggles and prepare to parry if he gets attacked.
Absolutely. Okay. And that will be Hugh Pinkerton's legendary action.
I'll make a saving throw.
Do it. Yeah, 'cause he's a caster. It's all about getting to it.
Like
I dare you.
Hugh Pinkerton.
Saving throw him off a cliff.
There's one right there. Just got to climb 50 feet with him.
I'm going up for another cannonball, guys. Hold him up. Distract him. I gotta go again.
As you stand in front of Hugh Pinkerton, a deathly glare is going to peer out from his skeletal eye, and he will look into your soul, and a tendril of inky darkness will reach up from the ground from Hugh Pinkerton, and it will encapsulate you for a moment, and you must make a dexterity saving throw.
+3. You also get a plus to your saving throws. Right? Because of death power? Is it?
+2.
Yeah.
+2. 16.
With a DC 17, you will take
Flash. No, I'm just kidding. You already told me that. I can't flash a genius now.
You'll take 10 points of necrotic damage. So sorry.
No.
You will take 19 points of necrotic damage as
Wait, I wonder-
Hugh Pinkerton grasps onto you with this enervation spell. The inky tendril of Zag is back in your life. And with that, that is the end of his legendary action. Chai, you are up.
Great.
Does that count as getting attacked? Even though it's still legendary action?
Yeah.
As the tendril makes contact with Javi, he would like to instinctively take another picture.
Yes. And there's no save. It's just he's blind.
Oh, it's just blind. I only have 4 charges a day.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
he's
radiant
blind again.
weapon.
So he's blinded.
Yeah, so it's as a reaction immediately after being hit by an attack, the wielder can expend a charge and cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the attacker's next turn, unless unless the attacker succeeds on a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC. I'm so sorry. I
Okay.
swear. I
a second,
swear I didn't read it.
No, you're so good. I'll just give him an advantage on this one since he didn't have on the last one.
All right, we'll see. Spell save DC is another. Also has a +2.
It does. So that will be, and it's a Constitution save.
Yes.
A 17.
He failed. You fool!
So with a 17, will be blinded by your picture taking. And you all will have advantage on him until the end of his next turn. And with that, Chai,
Artificed.
I'm going to do what feels quite risky to me, and I'm going to, because we have advantage,
Absolutely.
including on trying to take away his magic items.
Yes.
So I am going to go up and try to take his magic items. Yeah.
That is a 12 on his part.
Okay, so am I rolling
Athletics?
with advantage, or he already just rolled a disadvantage?
He will roll at disadvantage and you will roll with advantage.
Yay! And it's
I've been saving that bad boy.
athletics check.
Athletics, yes.
Okay.
So he has a 12.
Okay, that was a 10. Oh, and an 8.
Fortunately,
It's okay.
that will not work, and he
Flash of genius.
will. You have it at the end of your turn.
I'm gonna do it.
Flash of genius. You get +4.
Okay, so to the one roll, 14.
A 14
You'll
will
just hear Javi say,
say.
You're a strong girl.
Big boned. You're just big boned.
So encouraging.
And you will take the ring of protection from his finger, and you will gain a +1 to AC and saving throws, and he will not have that.
I will cast Healing Word as my bonus action, and I'm actually going to only cast that at, we'll say level 2,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast it to Javi, so because he was so encouraging and nice to me. 10 points of healing to you, but then I'm also going to use my Channel Divinity Restorative Feast, which I can use as a reaction to healing, and I will be healing all 3 of us. I assume it includes myself because it's a radius. I can do multiple. Yeah. So all 3 of us are going to get some serious healing if I can do my math right. 14 points of healing to us all.
Except for Zell, who is not here.
Who's dead? Reverse fireball us.
Yeah.
Just reverse fireball. A fireball appears, and then the fireball disperses.
That is in phase 1.
The legendary action of Hugh Pinkerton, he's still holding up this huge divine energy that he's still trying to maintain with his blindness, and that's going to be the entirety of his legendary action is trying to maintain the energy on this divine ball of light. And with that, Talroth, you are up.
I have a choice to make. I can blacken, which will do a decent amount of damage. I also have the command spell, and I could just tell him to drop the energy. And
on himself.
maybe.
Javi, may I see that staff, please?
Javi will just, chaotic, haphazard throw it back towards him. Eyes still on Hugh.
I'm gonna catch it backwards and flip it around and then point it at him. And I'm gonna cast command and just say, drop.
And it's a wisdom save.
Yes, and I'm meaning towards the energy.
Emphasis on wisdom.
Yeah.
Y'all's dumb.
That is going to be a teen.
Yes, save a 16. So
Unfortunate. I'm
You're
so
good.
sorry.
sorry about that. Yes, and then bonus action, I'll just go ahead and I'm going to eat one of Chai's berries.
Okay.
And then I will actually head towards him. And I want to I'm assuming he's not going to drop this huge ball of energy right next to him. So I'm going to just get as close to as possible to him
good
to
idea.
avoid the energy blast.
With that, Zell, go ahead and roll me a D4 for the environmental change for the round. Even though you're not there,
You traitor.
traitor.
Terrible wind. Knives in the wind.
Hey, healing. 4.
A 4. As this Kamehameha spirit bomb is above Hugh Pinkerton, a smattering of radiant energy is going to parse out from it. And with the command spell, some of the radiant energy is going to drop and hit each of you, except for Zell, for 8, you said?
6.
Oh, 6, for 6 points of healing. Woohoo!
That puts me up to full.
And with that, Zell, you are up.
Zell's once again gonna be furiously reading for various clauses inside his contract. Right now he's looking for if he can attack Hugh Pinkerton, what he can even do without causing a breach of contract and potential harm. Yep, 14.
Okay. With a 14, you read a clause that says if Zell is in active combat with Hugh, he cannot take any action that would cause harm to Hugh Pinkerton.
Doesn't say anything about reactions or bonus actions.
Action economy.
Also, if Zell decides to remain in a combat with Hugh, he must use attack actions against opposing combatants instead of Hugh. Those opposing Hugh
So
Pinkerton.
stay the heck away.
Otherwise,
Does that mean you'd attack us?
Yes. Otherwise, it would trigger the astral unbinding contingency, undoing parts of the contract.
Seeing that, Zelbrath will contemplate for a little bit, thinking he knows how to get around it. And when he feels this, I'm assuming your wisp would just...
Yeah, the wisp will expend itself.
Okay. I'm gonna jump through.
Okay, that portal.
Would you say, well, have I used my action? Do you think that was my action searching it? Okay. I'm gonna jump through and prepare the charge action
Okay.
as I land back in combat dramatically.
Yes, the portal opens, you jump through the portal again closes, and you take a hero stance as you smash onto the ground. And with that, that is going to be Hugh's turn. As this ball of radiant energy is above the ground, the gravity is going to distort all around you. Everyone in the area make a dexterity saving throw.
24.
24.
10.
10. 4. 4.
Oh,
It's even worse. 4.
4.
Well, 7.
Javi, you will succeed as the rest of your party members are not too bad.
I want to fail too.
As
which
you
is
all
success.
fall to the ground, Hugh Pinkerton, except for Javi, is going to throw this divine ball of energy at the center of the rune, and it is going to explode with a concussive force, and the ground is going to crack, revealing the portal leading to Eldath's final resting place in the Feywild. Hugh is going to reach down to you, Talroth, and say thank you for your service to the Raven Queen. And he's going and go ahead and make me Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm not good at Constitution.
Okay.
Those are good.
17?
A 17 beats.
Ooh.
So you will take 22 points of radiant or necrotic damage as he will heal for 22 points.
Is this a targeted spell?
Yes.
Would it be possible, or in this case, for Zell to now use the dash action that he'd been prepping to run in front, shove Talroth out of the way, which I can shove with the dash action because of the charge feat, and take the hit?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So you will take 22 points of necrotic damage, and he will siphon the energy from you instead, Zell. You push Talroth aside as you do this, as Hugh Pinkerton is going to use his action to start moving towards the center of the glyph in order to enter into the portal. Javi, you are going to get an attack of opportunity as he does this.
I'm also right next to him.
Chai, you will also get an attack of opportunity.
Disadvantage since we're prone.
21.
21. That will hit.
That will be 13 thunder damage.
Wonderful.
That was a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit,
You're not.
unfortunate.
10 to hit.
A 10 does not hit either.
That wasn't even disadvantage.
And so...
Come on, guys! I came back for this.
It's my turn. And with that, Hugh's going to start walking towards the center of this portal. And as the light starts to flow more into him, that is where we're going to end our session for the night. My name is Cade, the host and Grin Reaper of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. And I'm joined here by the characters to my left.
Brooklyn playing Chai.
Alec playing Javi.
Mason playing Talroth.
And Danny playing Zelbrath Wilderton.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We are getting just close to the ending here. So if you enjoyed our story, go on over to patreon.com/Noct and check out the tiers we offer. If you cannot support the tiers that we offer, you can go on over to noctprone.com and consider supporting us either through merch sales or other things that are on that website. Just you listening to the podcast is also support. So thank you so much for being a listener, and we hope you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you got to do is keep rolling, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your afterlife. Goodbye.
Nice.
Nice.
I might have a plan.
What plan?
I might have a plan.